So we got a dash, now we've got the laser vision attack, which is small.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for your patience. We are finally ready for our next run. You all are watching Horrible Games, and right now is the Dishwasher Vampire Smile Yuki Pretty Princess run by sindarkfatez. Good luck, have fun, the stage is all yours.
Alright, thank you. So, obviously, my name is sindarkfatez. I'll be showcasing the Dishwasher Vampire Smile, and joining me is the most handsome man on the internet, Mortimer Nova.
Hey.
And the one and only 1-800-POOP now.
Oh no, he adopted me, so I'm the handsomest son on the internet.
Okay,
My
all right.
baby boy.
We'll just try to get this already off. All right. So I'll give it.
Let's see some smiles in chat. Everybody get happy.
All right. So once I say go, time will start. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So pretty much, Dishwasher is a 2D hack and slash, and right now.
I'll take it from here.
All right.
So this is God of War, All Things War, starring sindarkfatez and the God of War, sindarkfatez. So
Written by Rick Moranis.
the Rick Moranis
The one
and Pauly Shore. And so what's happening here? I have no idea. I've never seen this game before.
All right, so I'll just take over instead of interrupting me. So pretty much we played the Dishwasher in that first part. That's actually his name. Don't know why his name is the Dishwasher. And this is Yuki. The Dishwasher pretty much kills Yuki and frames her. And now we're in actually a space prison. So yeah. And to basically explain the category, Pretty Princess is a difficulty, and so you'll see all these flying hearts around, just since the devs thought, that'd be a pretty funny way to humiliate the people that do use this difficulty. But obviously the enemies will deal 0 damage to me, and I'll be able to do the maximum amount of damage to them, as they'll be at their lowest health gate. Right now we're actually at the tutorial level, as we're simply just going to crawl to this wheelchair and make it pass through these walls.
You say humiliate, but I think it makes you more powerful. I mean, it makes you more powerful. Because
It
you do
clearly
more
does.
damage.
I am.
So if
Pretty
anything,
much.
this
Jokes
is
on the
extra
developers.
gore blood mode.
Yes.
Because all these hard effects give us a TikTok-style friendly content, and social media loves all these filters. So it ports it into the next generation for us. We don't even have to
What
do
is
anything.
TikTok?
Exactly.
It's like Facetagram?
Yeah, so it's a Discord for people that like clocks
Hold
specifically.
on, I'm writing this down. You talking too fast.
Okay. You need
Oh,
to
it is
pop
a
out your
speed run.
noted
Talk
emoji.
faster.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about the Kesha song TikTok.
Yes, that is also an honorable mention. Never gets old. That poor girl.
All right, to
Basically,
basically
was actually the sound designer for this game, as a matter of fact.
So to basically explain that first part, I'll explain a little bit more over here. Sometimes enemies will spark. That pretty much means if I either go up to them and just left click or press E, I'll be able to execute them, just instantly killing them. It's actually slower for me to do that while they're sparking, so I'll mainly be trying to just combo them to death. Another thing I also am going to try to avoid when I am comboing enemies is to simply not make them go towards a wall, as they'll splatter and I'll have to execute them. Also a bad thing, because he decided to shoot his friend.
They say keep your friends close, your enemies closer, and your taxman as close as possible, because you never know if he's going to try to manipulate you.
You know,
That IRS is tricky.
I just looked it up on speedrun.com because I didn't beforehand. I didn't realize you were actually the world record holder for this mode.
Did you really not?
I'm telling you, I was so completely unprepared, even though we did a pre-speedrun recording of this. So unprepared that I hadn't actually looked up your time.
That's insane.
See, this is all
Thank
throwing
you.
for content.
You're
We
such
knew
a good
this was
friend,
the world
Maury.
record.
You're such a good
We
friend.
just wanted to remind you.
Don't call me that.
sindarkfatez here is the world record holder for Dishwasher Vampire Smile. Also, Charlie Murder, another
What?
game made by the same developer. Great game.
He
you
has
should definitely
2
check
world records in 2 games? Why?
He
There
has at
can't be
least
more.
out. At least 2. I don't think there's any more. I think that's the only things he's ever done. That
Yeah.
and Monkey Go Happy. He's
Monkey Go
also
Happy, yeah.
the world record holder for Monkey Go. Every single installment, there's like 46. That's a lot of monkeys.
There's like
That's a lot
100
of happy.
plus.
Yeah.
So this will be our first boss fight of the game. We'll be gaining a new weapon after this. We'll see what attack he does first. That's the tech that we do want them to do. And it's also random if they do block. We do have beads, which will provide us with benefits. I have one bead that will make them block less, but for whatever reason, certain weapons and certain attacks, they'll just still block it. So this is just all RNG up to this point. Other beads I do have is the Cloud Bead. It'll be useful for a weapon later on in the second level and throughout the whole game. Another bead that allows me to get more skulls, which is another mechanic called Magic. And then my fourth bead is to do more damage with my Magic. Right now we acquired the sword, and we're just going to have to clear another wave of enemies real quick.
I think this is a perfect time to give a shout out to our charity, to Write Love on Her Arms, a fantastic organization. We have nothing but appreciation for them.
Amen.
Everybody, please consider showing your support. They are a fantastic organization.
That's not a suggestion, by the way.
It's a requirement.
Go ahead and do
The
it.
IRS will be knocking on your door. They know.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Warden will be the final boss for this stage. We'll see what preset we got. There we go. Want him to do that. And now we're simply just going to combo him to death since he's just pretty slow, but I'm actually going to try to move him towards a certain area, and I'll explain that why. I'm going to just try to move him on to the middle. And I want him to be as close to this middle section as possible, as he's going to simply slice off my arm after I'm done killing him. We're going to fall over,
Pretty good.
and we're going to hallucinate. And the reason why I wanted to be here in the middle of the room and set him up like that, just so I can just press up, so I can just get on this chair. And that'll be the end of the space prison.
Look at that. You nailed it. Dead center in the chair.
Exactly.
Perfect execution.
Also,
Hey, you're
everything
some
is
sort of
clean here.
speedrunner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Notice there's also a bunch of screens in the background. They are displaying the lyrics to Spoon Man by Soundgarden. Another fantastic song. Also, I believe Kesha wrote that song for Soundgarden when she was only 3 years old. It's about her dad.
Alright, so we obviously have weapons that we have not acquired yet, as this game is pretty much New Game Plus. So we'll just have the best weapons that we do need for this run. The main weapon we will be using throughout this run is the Cloud Sword, totally not a reference to another sword used in other video games.
Definitely not the bussing sword
The Busting Sword, yes.
held by Zach of the Fair.
And I'll showcase one of the magics here, that's the Steel Dish Magic.
I wish I had dish magic. I mean, have you ever been in your kitchen? You were just wishing, man.
This
these
is not the
pesky
right time for the
dishes-
sales mission. We talked about this. We talked
Okay,
about
okay.
this.
I
Dish magic.
I had to try.
Dish Magic will have its
Look, I'm
time.
trying to bring in some more funding
On late
to
night
Right
commercials.
Love on Her Arms. You know, they asked me to do a little bit of scripted content to try
All
to
right,
support
you
the
get
charity.
30 seconds. 30 seconds to promote Dish Magic. Go. Yeah, you didn't think this bit very far, did you?
Well, I didn't think I was gonna have a time.
Yeah,
I didn't know I was
you put on the
speedrunning today
spot.
too. I didn't know I wasn't prepared. Okay, I didn't know the routing.
It's like a ShamWow. Just go with it.
All right, so now we are at Goreface.
Well, Goreface is already dead, so pretty much for every boss fight I will be doing is using the magic Steel Dish attack, which will pretty much be doing a lot of damage to bosses. And that's pretty much the only useful magic we have. We do have two other magics, but they will not be used throughout this run.
I can't wait until we fight the Box Ghost.
The box.
He was my favorite.
He was all of our favorites.
Oh,
He
that's
was
not
number
true.
one.
Oh.
Chef.
Oh, well, you're spoiling the game already!
Chef. No, you're not gonna talk about anybody else being the favorite until we get to Chef.
All right,
My
I just
man,
used
Chef.
I used our two curses and I used them to curse the run. I apologize now.
Oh.
we only
Imagine
had a
wasting your
limited
points.
two.
I was gonna wait till the busy section and then make him have to drink water.
I just wanted to share the curse limit with the chat. I feel like chat should have a share in the curse.
Ah, they should.
Yeah, just so that everyone's aware, we were put on a 2 curse limit because evidently we have toilet trashy mouths.
We already
And,
used
and
one
it
of them
wasn't
ahead
like
of
the
time.
charity did it, or it was Sin. Sin put us on a curse limit.
They're
if I-
framing me. I'm being gaslit right now. I don't know where
I'm
this getting
gonna
this
call
info
it a
from.
bunch of hooey. Okay, a bunch
We
of
said
stinky
no
hooey.
spankies, no dankies, no Mr. Hankies, and quite frankly, we're disappointed. We expected more out of the run, but it's okay. You know, we'll give him another chance.
QTEs, we all love them, so we're simply just going to be pressing spacebar to run away from a mysterious figure. We're going to swap our weapons just so we don't actually have to watch Yuki pick herself up. And now we're actually to gain the first magic, which is electric, after we get back on this chair.
That spoon, man. He's fast.
You could almost feel the rhythm.
Is that lyrics?
Oh my god. How are you going to make a reference to Spoon Man and not know the song?
I'm trying to be inclusive for the chat. They might not know the lyrics. All I remember is Spoon Man. I'm a singer, don't get down.
When did it become a country song?
No, I believe it was, what was that one song? Give me 4, give me 5, give me Jabba Jabba Za.
Yeah, by Luke
Something like
Bryan.
that. Yeah, by Luke, yeah. You listen to music. At least a couple songs.
Alright, so basically explain what I'm going to be doing here. You're supposed to just, the game just allows you to just spam your electric dish magic, but we're simply just going to use the steel dish, as there's just a long animation when we are using the electric magic. That's all we're going to be doing for this section, as we're pretty much just allowed to spam to our heart's content, and plus the bead will just make it more often for these skulls to appear, which will fuel our magic.
You want to opt for the electric magic and focus on the dash mechanic. We call this section the electric slide. Totally original, trademarked, copyrighted. If anybody else has ever used it, they need to pay me royalties. I came up with it.
He's not wrong. I mean, this is all factual information.
Now what we're doing here, every time that we don't make a hit, we're actually manipulating the RNG for later in the game. We have to use as many opportunities to save RNG points, kind of like when you're training your Pokemon with EV points. We're just banking as much as we can for the late game. We're trying to get a new world record.
Wouldn't that be cool?
So now we have an arbitrary time limit, which is kind of weird because for a speed run, you would think, maybe just do it fast. So I don't know why they even tried to give us time for that, because we're just going to avoid it anyway. We have our own timer. We like ours better.
Yes.
Here's your cat.
Well, we couldn't.
Speaking of cats, I
Oh,
don't know if
yeah,
you
we
guys
had the
can hear
cat.
my cat or not
No, we
in
couldn't.
the background.
But we
I mean,
can
I'm
see
not
the
going to
cat.
attempt to hide it. My cat's in the background, and she's making a lot of noise.
Makes a lot of political statements about Ohio. If you live in Ohio, we don't take any responsibility for what this cat says.
And
I
now,
wash my hands of it, okay? It's like when you take your parents out in public and you're like, oh, please don't say that.
Freedom
She's a
of
lot
speech
like
does
that.
not cover the feline race.
No, absolutely not.
These were human rules.
All right,
down.
speed run's over. All right, let's get time. Oh wait,
Oh.
hold on. Never mind. That was just one of the levels.
Ugh. Why do they make more levels? We're trying to do fast. This just hinders the progress. You release each level as its own separate DLC. Everybody loves that. EA knew exactly what it was doing. Equal protection under the paw. See, Genghis John gets it.
after I'm done clearing these waves of enemies, we'll be getting access to another weapon, but we actually do get access to other weapons, but we'll not be using them, as we'll only be using the syringe and the cloud sword.
Now, did you opt in for the warranty on that weapon? Because it is looking a little damaged.
It's okay, I got a dishwasher friend that can clean it up.
Yeah, nothing
think
the dish magic can't fix. Patent
Exactly.
pending trademark.
It is a knife. That does count as a dish. If you can put it in the sink, you can wash it in a blink.
Didn't move away from
I'm
the
also
microphone
copywriting and
fast enough.
trademarking that statement because I feel like somebody definitely could use that to market a product.
All
Pay me
right.
royalties. 1-800.
I mean, hey, free marketing.
We definitely should have been warning the chat that we're going to be giving away just a lot of free marketing.
I mean, hey, it happens to the best of us. Well, while this interesting action is going on, I'd just like to remind that to anybody that would like to donate to our cause, to write love on her arms, just type in !D in the chat, which will bring you to our Tiltify page. And do keep in mind that we accept any donations, even at its minimum. All are appreciated. And, of course, if you'd like to contribute to any rewards or any incentives then you can tag those along with your donation as well. In fact, I do believe we still have a couple of giveaways going on for a couple of possible game codes. So all you need to do is meet the minimum donation total and then select your reward. Just a quick mention, though, that if you wish to take part in the both of them, you will have to do 2 donations, 1 for each. But yeah, with all that said, that'll be it for now. Just wanted to make that very quick plug.
And for more information on To Write Love on Our Arms, you could visit them at their website, twloha.com. Their statement is, hope is real, help is real, your story is important. Their mission is to be a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They exist to encourage, inform, inspire, and also invest directly into treatment and recovery. It's a very, very helpful organization. So if you have the ability, please consider it. They help a lot of people.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I couldn't either. I'm glad they said it for me.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you read it somewhere, which is great.
No!
Come
Anyway,
on, this was
so-
his moment. That was his moment. All right, so we actually get the steel blood magic. I called it the wrong thing. My bad. It wasn't the steel dish. And now we're gonna be. We actually killed the banker, which obviously Yuki thought that was the biggest bad, but there's actually a higher up, to the higher up. So we have to obviously go kill them next. That's all we're trying to do is try to end this apocalypse. Since there's actually zombies, we haven't seen them yet. Also, I made a game with zombies in it.
No, you didn't. Wait a minute. Are you talking about other games that Ska Studios made?
Yes, I am talking about the other game that's
What?
Studio. It's right there in the back.
I thought it was Jay Leno. I've been lied to this whole time. I thought I was supporting. He has
When
a
did
lot
this
of cars
game
to
come
pay
out
for.
anyway?
2010, somewhere around that.
Yeah, Jay Leno would have still been in charge of the Tonight Show now that I think about it.
So it does work. Whew! We did bother to not do
2009.
really any research.
Oh, wait. Oh, the Steam page lied. 2011. We were all wrong.
Oh, I was off by 1 year.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Exactly.
He still would have been
for us.
host by then, yeah. You don't worry about it. He retired in 2014. Still enough
Watch
time.
the news.
It's a late night show. You know what? Fine, fair enough.
All I know is he was a funny guy who had a good laugh.
I can agree with that.
Alright, so we're actually making our way to the Grim Tower. We're going to be showcase these lovely enemies that just love to just disappear and hit you and then run away for the rest of the time.
What's the goal that we have to hit to make you run the rest of this blindfolded?
I don't know. Well, someone could probably set a limit. Obviously
There's
not
the,
you.
Oh, I was gonna say 723, but
Also, I do not have a blindfold, and I'm not willing to close my eyes for another 40-ish minutes.
beautiful eyelids. You can just give them a little, squish.
Oh.
Close them down.
Also, speaking of scripted content, Ska Studios has a couple words about this game. For anybody looking to play this game, here's a couple things to entice you. Seek retribution as you slash your way through 13 unique campaign levels, which you will be seeing here currently on this run, as Yuki or the Dishwasher, and take down 3 corrupt leaders of society. They say 3, but it's possibly more. With an all-new, totally easy Pretty Princess difficulty mode, which we are currently displaying. The challenge of Yuki's journey may be lost, but it is made up for an ample supply of hearts and rainbows. Wield brutal weapons with nearly a dozen weapons, including the brutal Violence Hammer, the medically disturbing Painkiller, and the scissorific Guillotine. You will never be without a violent way to decapitate your foes. Everybody, you can find the Dishwasher Vampire Smile on Steam by Ska Studios, developers of I Made a Game with Zombies in It, Salt and Sanctuary, Charlie Murder, another game that is dear to our heart.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Never heard of it. They
Yeah,
didn't tell me
literally
what it was. I just
The
played it
only game
very
that all
fast.
3 of us actually run.
And the only game
say
that
no?
we got to games done quick as well.
That's true.
How about that? And Poop, now I just want to say I loved your emphasis on those dark words.
Guillotine, Painkiller,
Guillotine!
Power First.
If I actually have a moment, though, I do have a donation to read.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect. We did get $20 from Michael Vilches. I do apologize if that last name was mispronounced, but saying I'll take 2 pepper... Or, hang on, let me start that again. I'll take 2 medium pepperoni and pineapple pizzas and a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. Thank you so much for your contribution. We very much appreciate that. And, you know what? Pepperoni on pizza, you can't go wrong with that.
He sounds like
a
a
lot of
classy
pizza.
guy. He's got great style and
very
maybe the most handsome man. on
And you know what? If we need to cut the pizza up, we have a plenty big knife to do it.
We do. Alright, so we gained the painkillers. We still have it, obviously, but it's just now in our inventory forever, even though it was already in there. The painkiller. Also, we're coming up on a character that they decided to spoil if you were actually paying attention on what they were saying like 10 or so minutes ago. It's
Yeah,
their
we've been
favorite
keeping
character.
We absolutely love this part. I don't want to spoil the surprise for you, but it's pretty cool. You ever been to Hot Topic before? You ever wanted to play Hot Topic, the video game? This is as close as you will get.
Also,
Wait, so
here he
it's
is.
Thanos? We're gonna fight Thanos?
Yes.
Here's Chef, who's actually from the first game of just called the
Yeah,
Dishwasher.
Thanos.
Yeah,
I know, because this is Marvel's God of War, the Dishwasher. There's my man,
Man, Marvel
It's
owns
Chef from
everything
South Park.
nowadays. How did they get done?
Marvel's South Park.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if that ever happened.
Here he is coming in. Hello, children.
hello, children. It's the Chef, the one and only. And to basically explain what Chef said to us, he's pretty much saying all the stuff that's making us hallucinate and causing ourselves to have these nightmares is a person called a Creeper. And he's pretty much saying, yeah, you should go kill him.
Creeper? Oh man.
God dang it. No, this may just be silent after this. I'm not sure if I'm willing to just talk after that. Yay.
Look, everybody's listened to Minecraft soundtrack fan music.
No.
If you didn't cry at that one song where the king was
Fallen
falling off the
Kingdom? Yeah,
cliff,
Fallen
the
Kingdom, yeah.
If you didn't cry at Fallen Kingdom, you're not a gamer. Okay? And if you did cry at Fallen Kingdom, please consider donating to Write Love on Her Arms.
Which
Nice segue.
I should... That's actually a very good segue, because we also just got another donation.
Let's hear it.
Puma27 does not give any comment, but does chip in $10 to our wonderful cause, which does now put us at $732. We're looking pretty high,
It's at
and
least three.
I can definitely say that I have absolute faith we can reach $800 at least by the end of the marathon, if not now.
Absolutely.
Because we still have an entire day of games to go. I've said it a little bit before, I'll say it again. So thank you all for your contributions, and let's keep up the great work.
We're so close to the blindfolded run incentive that Sin has not agreed to.
Yeah, I did not sign the contract. Yeah, I will not be doing that. And also, this pretty much explains that actually, our brother's actually the Dishwasher, who's actually a cyborg, dead samurai assassin. Don't know why he killed us. I really don't understand why he did that, but we'll figure out soon enough.
See, the thing about our pyramid scheme, though, is that sindarkfatez actually lives within Mortimer's walls, and by consuming the cotton candy that's inside the walls, he did actually predeterminedly agree to do a blindfolded run if we do make enough money, and that's our decision we can make for him. He doesn't get that choice.
That's called property ownership.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. There's no property ownership. I just take the free food you just put out in your walls, alright? That's just how it
Somebody's
works.
got to eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all are just wasting good food in those walls.
Speaking of
Nice
cotton candy,
candy.
you ever have cotton candy grapes? I
No.
only had them
Yes.
for the first time
Yes.
recently.
That's
They're
a
amazing,
thing?
right?
That's crazy.
It's a thing, and they're
It's
amazing.
a thing.
My
Wait,
wife
is it
introduced me
cotton?
to
So is it cotton candy as grapes, or is it
They
grapes
are
as cotton
actual
candy?
grapes that are farmed in such a way genetically that they have a cotton candy type taste. It's very
It's
inexplicable.
nuts.
Besides the fact they are just cotton candy grapes. I tried them for the first time and I was like, I can't believe this is a thing. This is weird.
I feel like I've definitely heard that sort of thing before. Wow, the things that you
Doing all
learn
types
while
of things with
hosting.
Yeah, these farmers are getting creative at it.
I look forward to seeing what they can do next. I feel like the future of crops and the things we create with our food is there's just so much potential now that you mention it.
You got all
Yeah,
these
but you do
wacky,
it
fun
wrong, and then you get
flavors.
Terminators. And nobody
Yeah.
wants that.
Yeah.
True. And also, Mortimer, if you put your food in your walls Castlevania style, why not just give it to the Belmonts?
Oh,
Fair. They do need some donations.
it's-
They've been through a lot.
it's not
Actually-
like the big like ham sticks that they have. It's just cotton candy, you know, the spicy
It's
kind.
fiberglass. You're eating fiberglass.
It's cotton
Everybody thinks this is a
candy.
joke. Everybody
No.
thinks this is a bit he's doing. He's literally eating fiberglass out of my walls. It's bad. It's not good. I'm gonna have
it's
to take him to
good.
the hospital soon.
I don't need it.
But Florida healthcare being
Don't
what
need
it
to take
is,
him
I
to the
just hope he
hospital.
can.
We can afford a vet, maybe, but
We can maybe.
just bring him when you bring the cat. Do a buy
Yeah,
one,
but
get
I
one
don't
free
have his
special.
papers anymore. Okay, I've never had his papers.
Yeah. It's almost like
Did
you
make
never
a
owned.
pretty good
Spay and
segue,
neuter
though.
your sins, everybody.
The only papers you need for the vet is a solid Lincoln, if you know what I mean. You slip it under the table. You're like, "Hey, my boy's having some issues." They'll at least
Let's-
slap a Band-Aid on you.
Exactly. They'll give me a nice ice pack and nice lollipop,
Yeah, the IV
which
drip
I will
with
get
the,
cotton candy
the
flavor.
Dr. Perky IV drip.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say though, I feel like I did make a nice segue there because it just so happens the next run is Castlevania Judgment by
Oh,
the wonderful
fantastic.
DB Cade.
Oh, DB!
DB
my
Cade is
boy.
wonderful, yeah. Playing another wonderful game, as he usually does.
If you guys aren't following him, you should. DB is amazing.
Absolutely. What a gamer, honestly. What a resume he has under his belt. He has played such a
Absolutely.
variety of games.
To
If you
basically,
need somebody to
yeah.
suggest or recommend anything, you know, retro fighter game especially, he knows all of them. I don't think there's a single retro fighter game that man has not played.
You're not wrong.
He's amazing.
I mean, hey, we're both Mega Man the arcade runners for that,
Let's go.
and he's
Oh,
also
nice.
he's also inspired me to do Dragon Ball Evolution, which
fantastic.
shameless plug. I am actually doing that a little later on in the schedule, so
Oh,
stay
no,
tuned for
go.
that.
Absolutely. This is the time for it. Everybody, make sure to stay tuned. Watch that run. It is.
We got a whole other day to go.
Don't you dare sleep.
we'll try our hardest. And to basically,
Ever.
Well, okay, sleep is kind of important.
No.
No.
Oh no!
You
When you
don't
official
need to
thing.
eat. You don't need to sleep. All you need is dish magic. Patent pending.
Pending. To basically explain what happened, accidentally stabbed my brother, killing him, and pretty much what Chef is telling me is that I have to take the knife that I killed my brother with and go kill the nightmare in my dreams, because I'll somehow bring him back alive. Don't ask questions on how that will, because I don't even know.
Accidentally.
Just trust.
Oh
me.
yeah, I was
corroborating
pretty much
witnesses.
I was accidentally tricked into stabbing my brother because I thought I was killing
That's
the
what they
creeper.
all say.
Ah,
That's what they all say. That Carol Baskin's back at it again. Accidentally stabbing people. Whoops. Looks like a tiger claw to me, detective.
And I think this is where I get the shoddy upgrade. Yeah, this entire time we during like the second level when we lost our arm and all, you know, we actually got a replacement for it. We pretty much just became Ash from like Evil Dead. We gained a chainsaw and a gun on it, but we really never used it in the run since it's just slow.
Whoa,
Cloud
you-
sword is just too good.
On my
You
arm.
became Bruce Dickinson from Evil Death.
Yes,
I love that thing.
Amazing.
I love that band. And we're just making our way up to the Grim Tower. All we pretty much are doing these past couple of levels.
You know, I don't run a lot of like the really long games because of the endurance.
That is a lie.
I don't run very long games. I make them look long because I'm bad at them. That's the difference. I'm
That's
a
just
terrible
a strategy you
speedrunner.
learn as you get older. You learn how to make it look long. It's okay.
Call me old.
No, just older.
Ah.
You're my dad, clearly. So there has to be somewhat of an age gap. I
Look,
mean, who
it's-
came first, the chicken or the mort?
It's hard to keep all these things straight. The memes and the
Oh,
lore
you can't keep it
run
straight.
so deep.
I'm
It's hard to keep it all
bisexual, baby.
straight.
Can't believe you made
Shout
that
out to
reference.
everybody who was different in any way whatsoever, we love you. Don't you
We here
dare
at
deny it.
Horrible Games accept all viewers of all sizes and all varieties. We love you all, and
Even mobile gamers, they're valid too.
Yeah, the silence speaks. For
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can agree about the mobile gamers, but we'll count them.
Look, the mobile
mean,
gamers are willing to pay a lot of money for.
I was
courtesy of
no,
their
I
games.
would
They'll probably donate to charity.
I was
totally
thinking
does.
about that. I was thinking about mobile gaming because I mean, let's think about it this way. Sonic Origins, not a bad collection. A shame that Sega decided to take down the other versions of the standalone games except for the mobile versions, but at least it's preserved through that platform. I mean, you got to agree with me there.
Well,
Absolutely.
just as a Sonic fan, I'll agree with you there.
Heck
Okay,
yeah.
I
And
speedrun
also,
Raid
someone's
Shadow
playing.
Legends. Okay, fine, you got me.
also, I mean,
Mafia Wars.
I wasn't gonna bring up Raid Shadow Legends, but hey, that I've heard good things about that game, and also hear great things about the upcoming Sonic Frontiers. Can't wait for that.
Exactly.
That does come out soon. Yeah, it looks.
It's
pretty
I think
2 days.
yeah, 2 days.
good. Oh wow.
It's on the
That's sooner
8th.
than I thought. And while Raid Shadow Legends is not a sponsor, you know who is? To Write Love on Her Arms. Consider checking out their website at twloha.com.
Or if you are inclined, you can also type in !charity in the chat, and it'll give you a direct link to their website, like so. All right, so no donations in at the moment, but I will go ahead and take a look and see if we got any polls. All right, looks like we do have quite a few. If I could read them out for y'all.
Let's hear it.
Yep.
All right. So, Illbleed, for that run, we do have the brain bid war going on, where we can either save Randy with the brain, kill Randy, or save Randy without the brain, and that option is currently in the lead with $20. Meanwhile, Star Trek Deep Space Nine category, we've got Worf, Kira, and Cisco. Kira is currently in the lead at $100, but Worf is currently sitting at $48.41. Cisco is currently not taking anything of any sort, but let me see how many runs that is before we reach that. Deep Space Nine is maybe at least, I want to say 6 or so hours before now, so I imagine that if Worf wants to make a comeback and you would like to help with that, then you've got more than enough time to do so. Otherwise, we got the wonderful Left 4 Dead character choice bid war, and at the moment, Coach or Lewis is currently sitting at $15, taking the lead. The other characters, Ellis Francis, Rochelle Zoe, and Bill or Nick, are not sitting at anything yet, but I'd say that just means anything goes. You never know what can happen. And then last but certainly not least is the costume choice for Chaos Theory. No contributions has been made to that yet, so any donation can set the lead for that one. Our options are ShadowNet Agent, Argus Mercenary, Snow Guard, Displaced Mercenary, and National Guard. Honestly, gentlemen, what would you say if you were to make a donation, what would you put it toward? That's a
I
good
like the
question.
sound of that Snow Guard. It makes me think of the Star Wars Snow Guards. They had some pretty cool helmets. I like those ones. I can only hope it's similar.
I'd probably go the same thing with Poop, the Snow Guard.
I kind of faded in and out there for a minute. Did we do something about
It's
sandwiches?
okay. You can just choose my opinion also. We can
I
stay
would
in
love a
solidarity.
sandwich.
We'll stay in solidarity.
No, absolutely.
Sandwich.
Snow Guard.
All right, cool.
Snow
Well,
place like Snow Guard.
if y'all are feeling the Snow Guard, then let me just assure you, you would be making these three proud right now.
It's our dream, all right. That's all.
I
we
do gotta
want.
say, if I could ask a couple of questions, Sin.
Yes.
So, how did you discover this game?
So pretty much since I speedrun Charlie Murder, this was just another Ska game. So I was like, oh, I'll just play it just casually, just to see if I would be interested in the speedrun. And ever since then, I've just been doing runs for it.
And how long have you been at it?
I would probably say, probably for about, I want to say almost a year. Can't remember the exact month.
Respect. Alright, well, I think that'll do it for me for now. Yeah, no, this game seems really interesting, though. Like, I'm digging the aesthetic. I'm even more curious to see what it'd be like without the pretty princess hearts.
Aww.
But, of course...
It's definitely a proper challenge. It's a really good game.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie. When I did a speedrun for the other difficulties that wasn't Pretty Princess, yeah, the game does look drastically different when you're not having a nice little pink filter. But I think it's nice.
I mean, we did have a conversation about filters, and
Oh.
I'll be fair, I never really use any filters for anything I do. But you know what? I almost feel like I've missed out on some of the good ones. You know, like the Snapchat Dragon Ball Super Broly one.
Fair.
Those were so cool. But yes, back to you.
Yes.
I always like using the old filters, just so I know what I'm getting into ahead of time, what I need to adjust, and what I should double down on.
No, you should
This stream
double.
is sponsored by doubling down on any decision you make,
Ah.
even your donations. Why not double down on your donations?
So right now we're making our way to the boss of this, and pretty much we're actually on like a giant stadium to the higher ups, since Poop decided to spoil that there's 3 higher ups, and we just killed the second one. Now we're moving on to the higher up.
I'd like to think the developers spoiled the 3.
It was on the
There was
Steam
the.
page.
You're right. The developers did spoil it, and you're wondering why we're using a stadium key? Because for some reason, this like little tank or like Land Cruiser also hosts a ice hockey stadium for whatever reason. We also have to just kill like their goalie, just because we can.
Yeah, hockey. Everybody supports your local Canadians.
We know a couple Canadians.
Yeah, we love our Canadians.
We do.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
You speak for yourself.
We tolerate.
I tolerate it. I tolerate it.
We've signed a peace treaty. As long as they decrease the tariffs on their milk, we're going to be okay.
They're
They got a lot
bagged
of
milk.
cheese. They got a lot of cheese in the National Reserve at this country. We need some more. It's always cheese time.
Alright, to basically explain this cutscene pretty much, Yuki just remembers when she was getting arrested, the mob was actually celebrating her getting arrested, and that's all she can remember about this. There's a cool dragon there. He's just there. And now we're making our way to the Fort State Towers, which, you know, a game would just, you know, never just reuse bosses, and you just have to fight them over again. You know, that would just never happen.
Oh, you know what other game had dragon in it? Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights.
That's the wrong game.
Was that not the one? We
That's
played a
not.
Scooby-Doo game.
That's unmasked. But yeah,
There's a lot of
nice
Scooby-Doo
attempt.
games, let's
Nice
be
attempt.
honest. They're all
I'll
great.
give you a 10 for that.
Okay. I'll add that on the fridge. Sell it as an NFT. sindarkfatez good boy points. Put it in the good boy jar.
Exactly.
sindarkfatez $1,000 donation. Good boy
No,
jar.
no, no.
No,
Dishwasher
hey!
Vampire Smile.
We were given strict rules here.
We were.
Oh, don't worry. We've got a filter. This is
Oh,
pretty princess.
you have no filter. Especially since you said you just don't like using filters.
Hey now, that wasn't me.
I don't believe
I
it.
just agreed with it.
Ah. So you're just agreeing on the fact that you disagree.
Well, if you make a strong enough argument for anything, I'll be inclined to agree to at least something.
Also, the dragon will be appearing. We do have to just hit him off anytime he does show up.
This is
What
the
kind
part
of
where
bird
Captain
is that?
America says "Hail Hydra."
I can't believe he did it. We gave him a strict guideline and he still broke it. I don't know what to do anymore.
Look, don't blame me. Blame Marvel.
We're not blaming Marvel here, alright?
Scott Studios does have quite the fascination in their action platformer games for vertical sections. There was actually one in Charlie Murder where you have to kill a bunch of birds with a clothes hanger. Very interesting.
It was a reference to a very bad movie called Birdemic. I don't know why they made very niche references like that.
Yeah, they probably slipped him a coffee one day and were like, hey, you like
We
birds?
should just add this!
You gotta know your audience. They cater to the
Well, I'm
audience.
gonna need like a whole, like, a survey on that.
Well,
See the
4
correlation.
bird equals 1 of clothes hanger. It's quick math.
You know, before you cut in with that talk about the vertical segment, though, I was actually going to say, so how about them elevator sequences?
Yeah.
There is an
It's
elevator
definitely a
scene.
pattern.
Although we did see the dragon just pop in. What's the deal with that? And why is it mecha?
I don't know. Futuristic future with, you know, people that can use magic and zombies and robots.
You know what?
pretty-
Fair enough.
Hot
So when
Topic
I
was
wrote
the
that
first
scene, I was going through a rough time in my life, and people used to call me the dragon. They call me the metal dragon, and I was like, you know, I should really put some of myself in this game, and so that's where that came from.
The author always likes to put a self-insert.
Right now, we're pretty much for this boss fight, we're just going to have to go through some nice little 8-bit games. Now we're actually go to the second phase of this boss fight, which instead of 8-bit, it goes to a text-based game. And we're simply going to go to dodge, and simply just going to be mashing spacebar. As this pretty much does explain how the sparking mechanic works, as you pretty much dodge an enemy's attack. If you counter attack them, then you can grab them to kill them instantly.
This is my favorite part of the game.
It really is cool. And this is actually a reference to the first Dishwasher. We're just going to be just killing these bodyguards. As for whatever reason, I've never played the first one since it's not on Steam. I think it was only on the Xbox 360, like arcade plays. So I'm not sure on why the Dishwasher in the first game was just killing a bunch of bodyguards. We can also jump, which I figured out like previously. I didn't know you can jump in this section.
You know, the
Would you
fact
want
that
to?
this is I never would have guessed that this is the second game, and I never would have guessed that the first game is on Xbox Live Arcade, which very much should still be a thing.
I think it is. Granted,
Yeah,
I
it's-
really don't want to boot up my Xbox.
You know, the 2 times we've done this run that we've gone through that part, I've been sitting there going, what does that remind me of in the slasher part? And it just clicked. That looks like the Ninja Gaiden Game Boy style, with the upward slash
It does.
attack. That's what that's.
There is a Game Boy game for that, huh?
That's what that.
There's a
and
Game Boy
it's
game for
taken me so
anything, alright.
long to figure that out.
I mean, you're not wrong, Sin. There was Mega Man Game Boy games, and the last one is especially good for being original.
Yeah.
So
Mega
pretty-
Man V for the win.
Mega Man, Mary Kate and Ashley Crush Course.
Yes, yes, yes. I was about to mention one of their amazing games.
So my favorite
Sorry
Mega Man
about that.
was the Battle Network
I
series.
do
don't know if
apologize.
anybody's ever played it, but Mega Man Battle Network is fantastic.
I 100% agree. I grew up on that. If it wasn't for the
Yes.
TV show, I never would have been introduced to Mega Man as early as I was.
See, I never even watched the TV show. I just happened to find the Battle Network game, and I fell in love with it. And then they made Star Force. That was great, too. They're actually
Well,
making the Battle Network collection remastered for Steam soon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. With Mega Man in the main menu, he is being reprised by the voice actor that did the English dub of the show.
Oh, nice.
So major shout out to Andrew Francis for that, and also
Oh,
they are
that's
working on online net battling, which finally,
No way! Oh, that's fantastic.
yes.
I can't wait.
Sorry we cut you off there though, Sin. I knew you were going to explain something there.
I
Oh,
just
he's used to it. We always interrupt him.
yeah. So pretty much, I just want to explain just on how weird this game can be. So for a reason, we're actually just in an aquarium because for a reason, this tower just has an elevator leading up to a hospital part, and then just leads into aquarium. I honestly don't understand like the whole mapping of this game. Also,
So anyways, I'm going to explain this part of the game. This is the aquarium part where we lead up to the hospital.
all right,
You were
so
saying?
you know what? Nothing. I was gonna just say on how I just love it when games don't reuse bosses. All right, for mini bosses. All right, because this game would never do that. This totally isn't the Tank Mech 5000X. All right.
Oh, hey, Big Sam.
Great. Now there's more of them. Granted, they do look very cool as they're shark painted. You can all appreciate a good shark paint.
Mech Quest, an old Flash adventure game.
Never heard of it, never played it.
It was great because you used to be able to use Cheat Engine to modify the values.
Oh my
each
god!
cheat made. It was a lot of fun as a kid. Made you feel powerful.
Mm-hmm. Alright, moving on to the next section, and to where they reprise another enemy. They just make them invisible, even though you can just see them. I don't know why they did this. Ooh, that was actually very nice.
It's an implied invisibility.
Imply.
It's just for the flavor.
Mm.
You're like, whoa, that's cool technology.
Oh yeah, this game is very futuristic. Alright, Squid Game reference, and we're passing by. Charlie Murder reference, now we're passing by. Alright, now Squid Game. Oh, Squid. Oh yeah, Octodad. Can anyone name another Squid Game? That's all I can think of.
Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin, yeah!
Is it Echo or is it Eco?
I think it has to be Echo, especially since, like, you know, it uses, like, the whole, like, Echo thing to, like, attack and all that. It has to
I've
be.
always thought it was Echo the Dolphin, and then the other night somebody, I think it was Rybe, made me re-guess it because he kept saying Eco, and I'm like,
It's not
I've been
Eco.
saying it wrong for
No.
20 years.
I don't believe it.
You know what?
That's
Even
what the
somebody
government
with a
wants
name
us to do.
described can be wrong sometimes. Not
Exactly.
often. Not often. Some.
I don't care on how, I don't care if even the devs come out saying that it's actually pronounced Eco. It's gonna be Echo in my heart.
Yeah. That's like Gyarados.
That's what we call ignorance.
I remember watching
No.
an episode and they said Gyarados, and I was like, that is absolutely not right. You are wrong.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Gyarados.
I've never heard any child. You got to make it to what the child is going to say. Nobody's going to say Gyarados. That just sounds weird.
What's wrong with
And if
being
you wanna-
weird?
I mean, if you want to talk about a Squid Game, though, I mean, look no further than Splatoon.
Oh,
There you go.
There's at least 3 squids in that game.
Now, is it
There is
called
a couple.
Splatoon or Splaton? Because the other night... Wait a minute. No, that's...
It depends if you got the NTSC version or the PAL version.
ah.
They're all regional locked, so the secrets never escape. I've been
That's
looking-
why they region lock so
Yes,
to keep
yeah,
their
exactly.
secrets.
It's the pronunciations. Now, this is the most hot topic part of the game.
We
Throw
all
that on.
love a good murder fly, alright?
Oh, yeah.
Also, this game totally just does to make you go through a boss rush gauntlet. You know, games just never do that. Totally original idea. We love it when
I
our
think
games
they
do.
copied the design from Bray Wyatt,
Ah.
WWE superstar. Yeah, I think he came up with this first.
Also, something I did earlier is that we do have consumables. They're mainly just for health, but another one does give us back our magic, so that's what I did, which is called the Squid Chips. Which is another Squid Game reference, alright. Added it to the counter.
This enemy would definitely be a really cool tattoo. Like, you got a punk rock band. You put a little murder butterfly on your arm. It's pretty.
Dude, we should just make a
Also-
band called Murderfly, alright? How does that sound?
Speaking of getting things written and/or drawn on your arms, once again another shout out to our charity, To Write Love on Her Arms. Information is available. More about them, please consider supporting if you are able.
And if you'd like to, of course, I can always plug this again. If you'd like to go directly to their website right now, we do have a chat command for that, !charity, and then !D for the donation link to our Tiltify page. I do want to once again mention that we are sitting at $732. Now, our event goal is $1,500, but of course, just any donations that you have to give are very much appreciated, no matter how big or small. But if you are ever so inclined, you can also tie your donation in to one of our several bid wars that we have currently going on. Just to read by them once again, we've got the brain choice for Illbleed, which is basically whether we save or kill Randy, and with a couple of options on that one. There's the category for Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which will be run by PMC Trilogy. Love his runs. We also got Left 4 Dead, the character choice, And then finally, the Chaos Theory costume choice. And once again, I'd like to bring up that bid war currently has nothing attributed to it, so any donation toward it will put that option in the lead. And just a reminder, these three have mentioned that Snow Guard is what they would like to see. But of course, the choice is yours. Last but certainly not least, I would also like to bring up that we do have a couple of rewards. Particularly, entries for our giveaways, where you can potentially receive a code either from Riser Games or New Blood Interactive Games. Now, it is worth bringing up that while each of these are $10 minimum in order to select these rewards, you will have to do 2 separate donations in order to get to both of them. But, of course, this is obviously your choice, and if you would like to go as low as you feel comfortable with, then that is still very much appreciated.
Let's go ahead and give a shout out here to the Riser Games and the New Blood. Very, very considerate, good partner with this event here.
Also would like to mention that New Blood Interactive did release a new game called Faith Unholy Trinity, so I would recommend, if I were to bid on that, I would go for that.
I believe the saying is Mortis.
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 How many mortises did I have?
You had 72, to be exact.
Yeah.
You did
Game
very
hard.
well. And you still didn't even finish the
hard.
game.
I haven't finished it. It's
I
hard.
did manage to beat the game. I didn't do good, but I got there. Look, I tried my
I'm
best.
talking about Mort, who didn't beat the game.
Yeah.
He-
He doesn't beat a lot.
That's true. I'm known as a starter. I'm definitely not a finisher, all right? You send me in, wear me out, and then you have somebody come in and close the deal.
To basically explain what just happened, since there was a lot that just happened, we pretty much went to the higher up the judge. Then he magically just transformed into his true form, the Fallen Engineer, and he's pretty much just taken us to a dream world, which will be the final level of the game.
When do you fight Edward from Twilight?
Right now.
I can't wait. Oh, wait.
been
I
too
totally
long.
knew you had the world record. You got the world record when we did the last recording of this.
Well, I broke that record when we.
You broke it again.
Yeah.
Well, then break it again tonight.
No.
See, I commented on it, so I knew.
Yeah.
Make sure to check speedrun.com for your speedrun updates.
And right now for this level, we're mainly just be using the painkiller, since that's pretty much the only weapon that does just kill these enemies in one shot. I don't know why. Oh, I meant to say the painkiller.
As you didn't have.
is
Poop, can you
currently-
give that a shot? Because
Yeah,
I feel like you ruined it.
What am I doing?
the
Can you go ahead and
painkiller.
give it a shot for the painkiller for us?
Painkiller.
There we
That's
go.
so much better.
You know what? How about you try it, Mort? Let's see you do. Let's see your attempt.
Oh, I can't.
Oh.
Painkiller.
Ooh, that was good.
All right.
That reminded me of the Halo in there. Too.
Exactly.
That man is still operating to this day, and he does not sound a day older.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Now we're just gonna be fighting some people from Tiki Land, Squidward's Tiki Land to be exact. And these pretty much are just reskin enemies, as you can tell by their movesets if you were paying attention to the other enemies in this game.
You're not directing that at me, were you? Because I really haven't been paying attention to much of this.
Yeah, you never pay attention.
I've just been watching your face. I like watching your facial movements while you're running.
Oh, thank you, thank
I like to watch the beard movement.
you. The beard move, the beard physics.
I like to think of the design of these enemies as the sketches coming to life to impede on the progress of the author. It's almost a reference to Stick versus Animator. That's
Yeah.
an old one. That's
Oh my
really
goodness.
dates you
That
on
is
it if
such
you
a
watch YouTube.
reference.
Oh, throwing it back.
Alright, right now we're actually about to just kill the Fallen Engineer. Wait a minute, that was just a puppet. There he is. I don't know, he just says evil stuff. He's evil.
This is clearly a reference to the NSYNC music video.
It's clearly a reference to the Dishwasher Vampire Smile. I am not gonna lie.
Oh, a self-reference. That's good. I'd think about that.
Also, I never mentioned for like all the Fallen Engineer boss fights, if you pretty much just right-click at a certain amount, he'll pretty much just always be stunned. Just one of the easiest bosses in this game. That will be pretty much the first phase of this fight. We'll be moving on to phase 2, and time is coming up very soon. I'll mention to where time will come up. And right now, we're actually to get some damage in before the boss actually, you know, boss fight actually starts by doing that. And we're simply just going to finish them off like we do to the rest of the bosses. Just spamming the Steel Blood magic. And we can hear the cat. Thank you,
Oh,
Mort.
man, she's going to town now.
That's what happens when you leave your cat companion behind.
Alright, time will end once I press C, which will be right now. And we just stab him a bunch. We'll wait for Yuki to stop stabbing this poor man. And that will be the end of the Dishwasher Vampire Smile.
You did mighty good.
Well, I don't know what my time is. We'll see how mighty good I did do.
Everybody, thank you for joining us for this run. Thank you to sindarkfatez for performing this run. Thank you to Rising Games. Thank you to New Blood Games. Thank you to our charity, To Write Love on Her Arms. And thank you to the people who are hosting this event, Horrible. Is that? Am I pronouncing it wrong? Horrible?
No, you're pronouncing it correct.
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, exactly.
Horrible Games. If you aren't following, if you aren't subscribed, please do consider doing it.
And thank you to 1-800-POOP-NOW for top-notch commentary.
I thank my sleep deprivation.
Well, obviously, this
Well
is...
then.
This will...
No, feel free to get some sleep, man.
I was about to say, we'll give shout-outs. I would just like to obviously give a huge shout-out to 1-800-POOP-NOW and Mormonova for being here. Even though they don't run this game, they're just still good friends of the Ska Studio community. And if you do want to check them out, you can find both of them on YouTube and Twitch. They also have Patreons if you do want to subscribe to those. Do you guys also have any shout-outs?
Just one more shout-out for Kesha. You know, she's been through a lot.
I also got to mention. I would also like to shout out Puma, who did donate, and Mort, who also donated.
Let's go. It's a good cause. It's a good cause. Support the events. Support the events. Support the charities. If you guys haven't donated, do so. Just donate.
And before I forget, I forgot to plug my socials. You can also find me on Twitch, on YouTube. Same thing.
Dane, thanks for having us. It's been quite a ride.
Yes, it has.
At 12:30 at night.
I mean, it's 1:30 over here, but yeah, no, it's been quite a ride. Very much appreciate it, y'all. And with that said, coming up next will be DBK'd with Castlevania Judgment Arcade Mode. I will mention that this is probably going to be just a little bit before we are ready for that run, but we shall see. In the meantime, stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Horrible Games.
But it's gonna start as soon as I start moving once I'm out of this cutscene. Also, a quick plot thing before we really get into this. So we are an ex-employee of this